Look at the zodiac signs as a role you have been given to play on a stage. You are taking part in a play called Life that focuses on 11 personalities, and you have been given the role of one of the 11. The two signs that automatically understands this concept of life being a stage is Leo and Pisces. Leos are here expressing whatever talent they have, and they express it really well. Better than the other 10 signs. They give 10 out of 10 performances and put their heart into it because the reward is recognition. They are not really acting per se, more just being their dramatic selves, which people love to watch. Pisces, on the other hand, are natural method actors. They aren't exactly a part of the play, they're more like a floating actor, able to join in the play at any time, taking up a random role out of the 11. They will give a 10 out of 10 replicated performance when needs be, with very little preparation time. If this was a fighting game, Pisces' character select picture would be a question mark, which means random select. So the 12th sign Pisces isn't in the play, they are behind the curtains by default. So because of Pisces' ability to act as any personality in the play, Pisces' nickname is the Chameleon. What are chameleons? Well, chameleons are reptiles that have the ability to change colours. The misconception is that they change colours to camouflage with the environment, but they really do it for various other reasons like communicating their intentions to other chameleons. But thinking chameleons do it to blend in is why they are associated with Pisces. Pisces being able to be a chameleon in the sense of blending in comes from Pisces being a mix of the 11 signs and empathy. But I'm going to dive more into empathy in another video. Note, I'm talking about real life acting. When it comes to like theatre and movies, you'll find many Virgos and Scorpios in there. In real life or films or whatever, Pisces can act like all the other 11 signs, but none of the 11 signs can act like a matured Pisces, because you cannot replicate something that forever changes and is behind the curtains. Picture a guy on a solo vacation in East Asia. He's alone and feeling a bit randy, so he goes down the strip to see what's on offer. He comes across this beautiful woman, body's like pow, face is cute as hell. He's like, damn shorty, what's your sign? Do you speak English? She's like, I'm Pisces, hee hee hee. They iron out some funding details, then go back to his hotel room. They chill and vibe for a bit, then start to fool around. They start off nice and slow, then the guy starts to put his hands in places he's never seen, like Usher. Then he's like, wait a minute. Ah! Then he jumps up and says, bruh, why didn't you tell me you was a dude? This is Pisces energy. They can be whatever the hell they choose to disguise themselves as, whilst potentially leaving others traumatized in the process. Poor guy. Things like cosplay, anything fantasy related, video games, is like stepping into the world of Pisces. It's all about illusions, fantasies, and role-playing. Dressing up, whoa, look at me, I'm a fairy princess, look at my wings. All that kind of fake stuff. But all that is not any less real than what we call day-to-day reality, because as I said, it's all one big stage. It's like movies and X-rated videos, for example. You're seeing the final product. It's all nice and polished, and it's easier for you to understand the story being told or get your rocks off. But that's the fake version that's being put out to you. The real is the uncut version. All the realistic human stuff that's been removed, like when an actor accidentally burped in another's mouth during a kissing scene, or another actress passed out during a scene in the desert, or an extra had an accident during a running scene. But Pisces can show you both sides, the light polished side or the raw uncut dark side. Let the Pisces know what version you want and they'll give you it, because they've got both versions stored. This is where Geminis and Pisces meet up in terms of media related things. But to put it in a visual sense, Pisces will be the person behind the camera controlling the teleprompter, whilst Gemini is in front of the camera with a microphone reading it to the audience. When you think of media, television, etc., think of Mercury and Neptune, because more times than not, it's deceptive communication, it's broadcasted dreams, it's make-believe. You're seeing two people talking on a screen in a show, but you're not seeing the script they spent hours rehearsing, the auditioning in front of the directors, all the takes they took to perfect that scene you're seeing. That's the real behind the scenes stuff, and that is where you'll find Pisces on this life stage. As most of you know, Pisces is one of 3 water signs. It's mutable water, which basically means it's changeable. The other 2 water signs is Cancer and Scorpio. I'll use a water bottle to describe the 3. Cancer is cardinal water, which is beginner energy, the start of something. So it's like picking up the water bottle to do something with it. Like, are you going to pour yourself a glass of water? Or are you going to water the plants with it? It's the initiator and the youngest. Scorpio is fixed water, which is unchangeable, stuck type of energy. So it's like putting the water bottle in the freezer and just leaving it there. It becomes frozen and solid. It's cold, icy water and the middle child. Pisces is mutable water, which means it's flexible energy. It's like pouring the bottle of water into a jug or into a basin. The water takes form of what you've poured it into. It's fluid and the eldest of all signs. All the mutable signs are the best at adapting, mutating, basically. Gemini, Virgo and Sagittarius, as well as Pisces. But that the water element is the element of real human connections, like going deep with people, having heart-to-hearts, connecting on a serious emotional level, and that Pisces is the most advanced water sign, along with being a concoction of all the 11 signs, you get the most adaptable figure in the whole zodiac. Pisces is able to connect emotionally with all people, all frequencies, all environments. Doesn't matter your star sign, your race, your shoe size, all people. Then Pisces will soak them up, or it up, their styles, their energy, their whole being, and then be able to be them at will. As long as a Pisces has connected with you or watched you, they can become you. In life, we face many different kinds of people and scenarios, and it's good to be your own person and not change for no one, but in this fake world, that will only get you so far. Now, if you can adapt to all people and scenarios, your options in life are limitless. There's no restrictions. If you can't, then you'll be stuck in a box of only mixing with certain people and certain areas of life. You become limited. Remember, everybody is acting. Everybody is playing a role. When you meet a Pisces, in a Pisces mind, it's like, I recognize this scene. I've worked with someone like you before, and I saw what actor style had the best chemistry with the person you remind me of. Let me use their energy on you for the best results. And Pisces will do just that like it's nothing. And that's not said to sound cool. You have to witness it yourself to believe it. But I can bet you've met many different types of people in your life that you got on very well with and didn't even know they were a Pisces at all. It's the only sign you can easily mistake for another, as long as that Pisces is in touch with itself. Did you know Pisces is one of the most common signs amongst billionaires? Yeah, wishy-washy, lazy, weak, no structure having Pisces. Billionaires. But from what I've told you so far, does that really surprise you? And does it surprise you that Leos technically are the most successful sign in life? This is all typicals I'm speaking. Obviously, other things can alter these outcomes. Now, this gift Pisces has can be used for all scenarios, good and bad. A light Pisces will mainly use it to connect. Pisces loves everybody. They want to connect with everybody and help everybody or learn about everybody to wean out rotten apples. But Pisces, being its typical fun-loving kind self to everybody, will limit the possibilities of this. Not everyone will take to the Pisces. A Pisces who is in good spirits and is genuinely happy to connect with you would appear fake to others. I repeat, a Pisces who is in good spirits and is genuinely happy to connect with you would appear fake to others. That's the type of world we are in, because others will think, nobody can be that happy. What are they up to? Why are they so interested in getting to know me? I don't know you. Stranger danger? Stranger danger? So to level the odds, Pisces puts themselves in a position where they're the ones who can take to you. It's no longer your choice if you choose to get on with the Pisces or not. A Pisces will get on with you if they want to, because they know just how to act and move to blend in with you and your crowd. A Pisces can literally be anybody you want them to be. Literally transform into somebody else. Because Pisces is the master of manipulation and illusion. Don't overlook that. It's like when you was a kid and you're walking down the street with your mum. Your mum bumps into someone she knows, like a work friend, and her voice and her whole demeanour changes. She's talking all polite and kind when just 30 minutes ago, She was cussing you out for not cleaning up your room. You're staring at your mum like, the fuck is this? Since when did you talk like that? It's that type of energy when it comes to a Pisces. Adaptable in all areas of life with all types of people. A dark Pisces now will use this chameleon ability to infiltrate and destroy. They're the type to enter a friend group out of nowhere and disband the whole setup. Lifelong friends broken up just like that. You don't even suspect the Pisces. You just think everyone turned funny and went their separate ways. Or a dark Pisces is the type to say they have their heart set on just taking someone out for whatever petty reason. They're the type to plan things out like, cool, this person likes rock music and they're going to a rock festival soon. I've just seen it on my fake profile I've befriended them with. Messages them like, hey man, I've seen you're attending the Rock and Roll Festival. Sorry to ask this, but I'm new in town and haven't got much friends into this type of music and it's my first festival. Do you mind if I tag along with your group? The guy could be like, hey, sure man. Me and my buddies are meeting up at this spot at this time. We're planning on staying in this section. Like from this Pisces' nice vulnerable appearing approach, this guy will innocently give out all this personal information when the whole time that Pisces is planning to do them in. Just cause he wrote up the Cowboys on his status or some petty shit. The Pisces will go to the extent of buying the appropriate attire, getting a mohawk, even getting a few new piercings. Learn some of the songs to sing along to and everything. This is how you remind me. Like, take it to the extreme to blend in. It's fun for a dark Pisces. Some point during that concert, amongst the loud music, the sweaty packed-in crowd, the pills flowing, that guy will look down at his top and see it smothered in hemoglobin. That Pisces already went there, spotted him, done him in, and left through the crowd. Guy didn't feel it, was numbed up. Now they need air ambulance to get to him and all sorts. Obviously, that's a dramatic story, but it's just to highlight the deception, adaptation, and stealth. And also the senselessness of the act. Because that is what you are dealing with when it comes to a dark Pisces. And extremes is what you are dealing with when it comes to all Pisces. Who's going to suspect the Pisces done that? They're going to look back in the guy's messages and see someone politely asking to meet them. That's it. The friends will confirm they didn't end up meeting this Pisces anyway. It will look like some phantom attack. Some hater in the crowd. But understand, a light Pisces can do this too. If this person's been detected as a bad spirit, you'll be taken to the ocean deceptively and dealt with. I'll keep repeating this. Light Pisces and dark Pisces will carry out the same jobs just for different reasons. It's an extreme, limitless sign that's on duty when they're not escaping. When you think of Pisces, always think of sharks. Think of offensive. It's like rewiring your mind of how Pisces is seen. That's the only way you will sort of get what a Pisces is on. So if you're walking one day and come across your Pisces mate Jonathan from the skate park with several guys from the hood, all dressed in night tech tracksuits with balaclavas on, keep your head straight and mind your business. Jonathan is working. Or if you bump into Pisces sister Catherine from church, leaving the back door of a strip club at 4 a.m, with a bunch of ones sticking out of her handbag, keep your head straight and mind your business. Sister Catherine is working. The mirror. Imagine you're walking through a forest. You're kind of lost, so you're just walking straight forward. Then eventually, you bump into a massive mirror. You're confused as hell. You never saw this gigantic mirror in front of you. You thought you still had more of a path to carry on walking straight. So what would a normal person do next? Well, you're either going to try feel along this mirror to see if there's like a door or something, like hello, you've bumped into a gigantic mirror. What's behind this mirror? Why is there a mirror here? But eventually, you'll give up because imagine the door is way up high on this mirror. You haven't got no ladder to climb up and check every inch of the glass. How high up does it even go? You're not Tarzan. You can't swing across the trees inspecting the glass high up. You don't know how far it stretches horizontally or vertically, so you decide, let me walk alongside the mirror to see where it possibly ends. I might can end up walking around the mirror. So you're walking for like 2 hours in one direction along this mirror. You're getting restless. All you're seeing is your reflection. Then you stop and think, fuck it. I'm not going to walk all the way in the other direction. Clearly this mirror is massive. What's the point? So you decide to start walking away from the mirror in a straight line. In this little example, Pisces is the mirror you bumped into. Something that pops out of nowhere shows you a reflection of yourself for long enough that you just want to get away from the mirror. No matter how sexy you look day to day, you're now tired of seeing your sweaty, distressed reflection in this forest trying to find an exit. You might think, let me attack this mirror to discover what's behind it. But breaking mirrors means 7 years bad luck. Or you might start thinking, what if I've reached the edge of the earth? What if I break this mirror and fall right through it and fall for eternity in a bottomless pit? Basically, your mind starts playing all these tricks, giving you doubts and making you not even bother to dig any further into playing with this mirror. This is why a lot of people tend to not like Pisces, because Pisces can show them all their own bad traits. Some traits they didn't even realize they had. They'll end up hating the Pisces, not knowing they're hating their own self. Same thing as always. Pisces can show you these things for the good and the bad. They can be extremely selfish to you when you're in a time of need to show you how selfish you are on a daily basis. This experience they show you is hopefully so you can understand and be more sharing in the future. But most people don't realize their own bad ways, so they'll just see it as this Pisces is so selfish, never wants to help anybody, when that same description you're describing the Pisces as can be applied to you. Pisces are like a reverse sign. It'll come to you and be like, hold up now. You're going too far with whatever you're doing. Stop right here and take a look at this. This is you. Now quit it. The older you get, the more you realize many things in life is backwards. Like you'll grow up thinking something is one way when it's really the other. It's like growing up thinking cats are scared of dogs. These cats be whooping these dogs' asses. Or like envying a kid celebrity when you were a kid yourself. You see them on telly, they got the money, the clothes, the lifestyle. Then you grow up and hear the real stories and realize they didn't really own anything all along. And they were also living with somebody that interfered with them every night. So you will look back and think, wow, I used to think this person was living the dream, but now I'm hearing they actually lived a nightmare. It was all a facade. Pisces is here to show these things to you, because this is what goes on behind the scenes. Remember, Pisces loves nice things. Nice glittery, sparkly things. Venus is exalted in Pisces. It loves to be in Pisces. So this is where you'll find immature Pisces going towards nice things without caution. Wearing flashy stuff without realizing it can get taken from you. Being led by nice looking things and getting deceived. It's like getting with the most beautiful person ever, but not seeing any of their faults whatsoever. Missing all the red flags only to end up getting your heart crushed into pieces by this beautiful looking person. That's one way a Pisces could wake up, where it's no longer a beautiful looking person you see, you also see their evil spirit standing right behind them. This is where Pisces realizes not all that glitters is gold and can show others it too. We'll still like nice fancy things when awake, but there will have to be a deeper reason to why we're indulging in it than just for the sake of it like when we're sleeping. It's all about revealing the truth to you, but that's when we can be the ones appearing beautiful, whilst you're not able to view our souls, where you have to rely on time to show you, whilst all we have to do is scan you. Time doesn't exist to us. We'll show you what you need to see, and more times than not, that's not the full picture. Same goes for a dark Pisces, the misery bringer, or a light Pisces that's been alerted. They can come across someone who thinks they're bad, thinks they're top dog, having people living in fear of them. Pisces will have zero problem showing this kind of person what true badness really is. You think you know darkness. Pisces is from the darkness. We work best when it comes to night and stay hidden when it comes to light. We'll attract you, then we'll match you, then we'll scan you, then dispatch you, because we're sent to deliver your fate. Plus you can't see what isn't opaque. That's why we don't need any armor. We're protected as the childs of karma. Always remember, no matter what kind of Pisces you meet, that spirit inside that person is an old spirit. You can be looking at a 7-year-old with the spirit of a 90-year-old. This is where you can hear like kids of like 12 doing some crazy crime for their age. You need to realize, yes, they're 12 as a human, but an old spirit is driving them. That's how it typically goes in the zodiac. Like Aries being the youngest would also have the youngest spirit. So even when their adult body is old, the spirit is still young, which is why they forever act childish. So Pisces is an old experienced spirit inside every Pisces person that's asleep more time, like a typical old person, until they get woken up. So when I say Pisces can mirror you and match your energy, these are not just fancy words. These are real life things that we can do, if we choose to. You see how Aquarius is like the know-it-all of the zodiac. They know everything and everyone because they go out seeking knowledge, etc. They've got such varied interests, so they collect so much random information and facts from all areas of life. Pisces now knows so much things and has no idea why. A Pisces can show experience in things they've never tried before, and it's because of the soul. It's the soul inside that's experienced. Meanwhile, the Pisces person isn't. It's a weird concept to wrap your head around, but this is why it's important for a Pisces to connect with their spirit. It's the equivalent to an Aquarius suffering brain damage and losing their memory. Then over time, things start coming back to them. That's what Pisces is like once matured. And as we all know, Aquarius is the sign right before Pisces, so it checks out. But when it comes to copying, what happens when you try to copy something? You'll mimic it well, but you'll also overdo it because you're proving a point, right? So this is also why Pisces is an extreme sign. They take things further than it might need to go just to teach you a lesson. So Pisces can be the chameleon just blending in, not trying to be seen. Chameleons is not really the best animal to compare Pisces to, other than it being able to change colours and change appearance. Pisces actively camouflages. They blend in to do something with it. So a better comparison for a Pisces would be a jaguar or a leopard. I mean, we're talking about a matured Pisces using intuition and adapting. We're talking cat-like reflexes here. Cats with better reflexes than lions. Because as we know, lions are big and heavy. That's what Leos are. That's like big, heavy, hair energy. Look up videos of a jaguar or leopard's camouflage. And then imagine yourself back in the forest, walking away from the mirror, and you come across this leopard blending in. By the time you spot the leopard, it's too late. It's attacking. Because it would have been watching you walk along this mirror trying to figure it out for a long time beforehand. Studied you, wrote a paper on you, handed it in, graduated, and threw the hat in the air. All done before the attack. Remember what I said at the start of the video? The two signs that understands this life is a stage more than the others is Pisces and Leo. Leos are the lions. They ain't trying to blend in and mimic no one. They're a lion. You see me here. I'm big and heavy. Hear my roar. Look at my mane. Come at me, bro. Or follow the leader. But also, don't underestimate Leo's ability to steal someone's style. Not mimic it or borrow from it. They will straight up steal it and wear it and leave you in the dust. Another thing Leos do is they encourage others to give them love and attention. Like a Leo can randomly buy you a box of chocolate, for example. You'll think, wow, that's so kind of you. You've brightened my day. You'll take a bite like, it's got pecan in it. This one got hazel. The Leo will sit there smiling and laughing with you, watching you eat it. But the whole time, they've only given you that for them. They'll be there thinking, well, I've given you some love, so now you better give me attention. On demand. The same way an immature Pisces will move, or a dark Pisces, the nice guy girl approach with an ulterior motive. That's a side of Leo that's not really looked at. Yeah, they naturally get attention, but they are very self-centered, so they also attention seek in so many ways. In obvious ways, and in ways you wouldn't even think what they're doing is even for them in the end. They're the type to bring their own birthday cake to their place of work to make sure everyone wishes them happy birthday. And they'll do it shamelessly too. They are actors with big egos at the end of the day. Or should I say at the end of the play. And when you're around a Leo, you are someone in their kingdom. They're the kings and queens. They aren't no member in your castle. That's how they see it anyway. Pisces, on land that is, can be compared to leopards and jaguars. Any of those big cats that are agile, can lay low and blend in waiting to pounce. But just like Leo, Pisces loves attention. Not in a stroke my ego way, but in a return my love please way. A Pisces can love bomb the hell out of you, and the whole time the Pisces is only doing that so you notice them. Acting kind only to get kindness. A Pisces can tell you they love you only because they want to hear you say it back. That kind of thing. When you are around a Pisces, you are in their ocean. Whether you are seen as a friend or a foe, you are still in the Pisces ocean. If the Leo and Pisces hidden motive acting doesn't give them results, then they will both pout about it. Leos will pout, and Pisces will be an old miserable trout. And they will both play the victim card as a trump card if all else fails. I'm speaking when they're both in a more immature or dark state, by the way, with the ulterior motives thing. So because of all this 10 out of 10 acting from the two, and both signs needing love and attention, you'll find many Pisces and Leos in long-term relationships with each other. They technically shouldn't work if you follow a full astrological breakdown where you look at the individual signs. But in the breakdown I've just given you, and in reality, you'll find it does work, and this is why it does. They can also easily butt heads on stage too, because it's a kingdom versus an ocean, and both signs beat to their own drum. So a Leo will wonder why a Pisces isn't following their lead like the others, whilst Pisces doesn't even care about the play in the first place. But when both signs are matured, you have the sign with the highest expression of self, Leo, giving love only because they are full of love, and the sign that has gone beyond the self, Pisces, giving love just to give love from a selfless place. So it's like a loop of genuine love between the two, where it's not a kingdom versus the ocean, it's a kingdom surrounded by our ocean. This is where the 2-star members of the play end up getting with each other, where the other members on stage are like, where's Leo and Pisces? Oh, they're behind the curtain backstage. Don't go around there though, I heard some clapping noises. Then they will both still come back out and give top-notch acting performances. That's my theory anyway, but don't go running to get yourself a Leo Pisces, because a Leo will eat your fish ass up all day if you aren't awake. Same goes for an immature Leo going for an awoken Pisces. That mane will end up drenched in water. If it works, then it's really good basically. But really, Pisces can get with anyone. The Pisces ocean can support any sign. The ocean surrounds all the lands we live on this earth. Astrologers will say you need to look at the Venus sign and the Mars sign when it comes to relationships and all that, but like I said, I'm not an astrologer, more an observer through life experiences as a Pisces. You can come across every type of Pisces in this life. A leopard can't change his spots. Oh, a Pisces leopard can. You can meet a good leopard with 2 distinctive close together spots around the lower back, and then meet a bad leopard who doesn't have as many spots overall, all the while that's the same spirit in both of them. 2 leopards, 1 Pisces. Try and understand what you're dealing with here. But even if you don't, you know Pisces is the spirit of the zodiac. You don't have to be religious to know you don't go on holy grounds and disrespect it. You should know not to go to a church and smash the stained glass windows. You should know not to spit in the holy water. You should know not to go to a graveyard and piss all over the tombstones. Because there's repercussions that can and will come in any form. Karmic mirrors. Don't mess with the holy and don't mess with the dead. The Pisces spirit is a spirit that has passed on, but is in a human body here. They make movies about dumb motherfuckers that do things like that, messing with holy things for jokes, and then random bad things start happening to them. But that's all ha-has and jump scares, oh my goshes, popcorn throwing and screenplay. I'm telling you as a Pisces, this is not a movie. This is real life. There'll be no audience. You'll be performing solo on a stage where a Pisces suddenly shouts "Car" on your acting career. The stage will turn into an ocean. The lights will turn into lightning. The curtains will be drawn on your whole being. Or Pisces can just chat to the director and tell them to drop you from the play. You're not following your script properly. where you'll have to re-audition for your role, which means coming back as a baby in another lifetime. As I keep saying, know who you're dealing with. Treat Pisces how you'd treat a stained glass window in a church. Look at it, try to understand it and admire it, but don't even attempt to break it, because in the long run, you'll be the one left broken. When the Pisces stains their teeth and leaves half of your shell ripped off, floating in the sea because the Pisces shark ate the other half of you. Those two peaceful fishes depicted at the end of the zodiac is a bloody trick. Find out if you must. The most advanced state of a Pisces is a controlled shark. It's not like Scorpio, where their matured state is peaceful. Pisces starts off as peaceful, where their matured state just adds the yin fish to the yang. Everything you do will be a reflection of you when Pisces acts on showing you. Naivety. Here's an extract from an article on Pisces being naive. Pisces tend to be naive and impressionable. They are too trusting for their own good. When someone lies to them, they will believe every word. It's this type of false information people describe Pisces as that gives others the wrong impression. Maybe an immature Pisces is like that. No matured, woken Pisces is anything like that, dark or light. It's damn near impossible to be like that as a true Pisces. Unless the person wrote that is a Pisces and they are trying to keep our true self hidden. Quit playing. Here's a better quote. Sometimes you have to play the role of a fool to fool the fool who thinks they are fooling you. This is Pisces. The real Pisces. People need to realize Pisces is the most emotionally intelligent sign. Real life out of this world intelligence. Creativity compared to none. It's a different type of intelligence. Remember, we're not in this play with the 11 other signs. We're an extra. Einstein once said, "The only thing that interferes with my learning is my education." So I'm not talking academically. Pisces isn't the students you expect to have top grades. Pisces doesn't care about school. It's a system. It's like a jail sentence. Learn all this crap for this length of time, and it may help you when you get out into the real world. But Pisces intelligence is not defined by school grades or accolades. Don't get me wrong though, Pisces can get top scores in school, master degrees, PhDs if they want to. The key word is if and want to. If the Pisces isn't interested, then they won't give a fuck. Because there's a whole lot more to life when your mind is out of the system and focusing on bigger things. Look at Steve Jobs. Most of us are or have been using iPhones for over a decade now. And it's not slowing down. That's a Pisces creation right there. Look at Einstein, another fish in the sea. When you think of Einstein, you think of genius. And although he did get top grades, Einstein was not your typical teacher's pet student. He was bunking lessons, clashing with teachers and things like that. And it wasn't nothing to do with his intelligence. It was because he wasn't bothered for some of the things he was made to study by the system. He wanted to and ended up doing his own thing, which led to him making numerous discoveries. That sums up a Pisces. A Pisces intelligence will be seen when they are doing what they want to. Now, obviously, not every single Pisces is an Einstein level of genius. It's just an example of school not defining your intellect. Now, this goes back to blending in and adapting to any situation. You have to be intelligent to be able to do this. It's not an easy task to realistically blend into anywhere. Emotional intelligence is key. Pisces are natural social butterflies, but we are butterflies that will go back into the cocoon to recharge because there's emotions in all these social interactions. Whereas with Gemini, they have so much social stamina because it's not emotional talks like that. It's light-hearted, airy and fun conversations mainly. So they can do that with anyone, every day, anytime. Pisces is a sign that not only will, but has to play dumb more times than not to go undetected. If a Pisces starts speaking up and starts opening parts of people's brains they didn't even know exist, it's like a spotlight will be shone on the Pisces. Then that group they were trying to blend in with will be like, whoa, what did you just say? Who's this person? How did you get in here? You're not one of us. Ain't they your friend Greg? Nah, Bill, I thought they came in with you. These are the results. So Pisces has to dumb itself down. I know every single one of you Pisces listening has been in a situation where you have lowered yourself. Could be your perspective on something or whatever. You've kept quiet. I know for a fact you have. A Pisces kid's school experience can go like this. Teacher asks the class, does anybody know the answer to 2 plus 2? Everyone's got their hand up, including the Pisces, like me, pick me. Then say the teacher asks another more complex question where you have to think a bit like, without using a calculator, what's 136 times 57? So the Pisces will work the answer out in their head and get it, but we'll wait to see who else gets it. The odd people will put their hands up and say they give the wrong answer. So now the teacher starts picking people at random to answer it, to give it a try. They get to the Pisces gives the right answer, then the teacher's like, so why didn't you have your hand up? And the Pisces will be like, I don't know. But the Pisces does know why they didn't put their hand up when no one else did. They just didn't want to stand out. It's as simple as that. Pisces is here to blend in with the crowd. So in that scenario, other students will just look like, oh wow, they knew the answer, cool, and then move on. And someone can look at that and think, well, that's pretty stupid. They basically held themselves back for the sake of others. Now, doesn't that sound familiar? That's Pisces' whole purpose of being here. We've held ourselves back from fully going into the next realm to stay here and help others. That's what this last stage in Pisces is about. Well, technically it isn't a choice. It's required of you when you reach this stage. Here is where we selflessly give back to the cycle after finishing it. We don't need the spotlight. It means nothing to us. There's no ego. We're back connected with the Creator. Worldly possessions and accolades means nothing to us. And that doesn't mean Pisces cannot be or shouldn't be famous. But Pisces are going to be creative either way. We're naturally blessed like that because we're back connected with the source. But that's not the primary objective of this stage. Just remember that. That's an optional side quest. Our talents do not belong to us. It's the source's power. That's why you see many celebrities and athletes thanking God. Because when they get some enlightenment, they realize the talent they have doesn't actually belong to them. Your mind needs to open a certain way to even understand that concept. But let's say now, imagine the Pisces done that same me thing to the complex question when everybody else wasn't. How would that make the Pisces look to everyone else? And that is the difference between Pisces and Leo when it comes to acting. That's why Leos will get a lot of hate too. When they ain't even trying to put others down. They're just making it known they know the answer and want credit for it, but others take it as they're purposely trying to outshine them. Then the Leo will be like, what are you lot on about? I would literally cheer you lot on if you lot knew the answers and I didn't. And they'll have a point. Leos get misunderstood like Pisces too, to an extent. Both Leo and Pisces understands what it's like to be on stage and receive a round of applause, roses thrown at them, and tomatoes thrown at them. Or tomatoes, as you Americans say. So they both know how to give and take love. But that Leo has the biggest ego of the whole zodiac, whilst Pisces has none. Pisces understands all the mistakes Leo makes with others due to their ego, and for the fact that Leos are a fixed sign, whilst Pisces is mutable. A big ego can be a great thing, especially when it comes to this competitive stage we're on called life. But it is also an extremely dangerous thing in the wrong hands. Leos have to learn to harness it. But still, the older you get as a Pisces, you might think, fuck it. I don't want to be a part of your little club where you cuddle naked in a public bath, moaning about your partners not giving it up for months. I'm a Pisces. I get loving anytime I need it. And could end up acting like a Leo and purposely upstaging others. Purposely pissing people off. Leos do not purposely do it unless they're dark-sided or immature. Because Pisces once was a Leo, it learned that life lesson. So Pisces can jump into that Leo role when needed. Pisces is able to use the other signs' life lessons to their advantage. Pisces looks at the world in a panoramic view once it's awake and locked in. A Pisces that doesn't want to blend in will stick out like a sore thumb. That's why you'll find a lot of Pisces in isolation. Well, you won't even find them. They'll just be off the grid. Because in the grand scheme of things, acting is fake. This life is a stage. So that means everything and everyone starring in it is fake. It's lights, camera, action. So when Pisces doesn't want to play ball with the acting, no matter how good they are, they will step off the stage and leave everyone else to it. Pisces wouldn't be misunderstood if others were also emotionally intelligent. That's it. That's the TLDR. Too long didn't read. Pisces wouldn't be misunderstood if others were also emotionally intelligent. You see, like if an incident has happened in a family household, a serious domestic, and the police arrive, who will the police think they will get the real story out of? The children. Why? Because children are innocent unless they are taught to keep quiet. They will speak the truth without realizing all the consequences behind it. Hey kid, if I give you a Wowie pot, will you tell me what happened here tonight with mummy and daddy? The kid will be like, yay, okay, sure, thank you, Mr. Policeman. From the lollipop goes in that kid's mouth, their mouth will start running like Jesse Owens, not knowing any better. People in this world will look at Pisces that exact same way the police will look at the kid. That's the kind of illusion we put up. We will appear naive like that, right up until you think you've got us trapped, then to realize we put your own handcuffs on you already. I repeat, it's impossible for an awoken Pisces to be naive. We are aware of everything that is going on around us, consciously and subconsciously. And as I said in my first video, from the moment you think you fooled us, that's the moment you're fucked. Don't take that message lightly. Hidden in plain sight. What makes Pisces dangerous is we easily go undetected and unsuspected. They say last but not least, but funny enough, we are actually seen as the weakest. But this is a good thing. It's what keeps us hidden. We are the last people to be associated with any type of crime. Someone's been found with a broken nose. Let's go check the Aries knuckles. Someone's got robbed for their money at an ATM. Let's go to the Taurus's house. A nasty rumor has been spread about somebody. Let's check the Gemini's computer. Somebody got 187'd after a loud argument. Let's check the Cancer's whereabouts. Someone got ripped apart in front of a whole crowd. Let's find the Leo. Someone hacked a bank and stole millions without a trace. Let's find that Virgo. Some couple did some Bonnie and Clyde robberies around town. Let's find that Libra and their partner. Someone's taken out people that seems like paid assassinations. Let's find that Scorpio. Someone organized a whole gang to take out another gang. Let's find that Sagittarius. Someone's been paying hitmen to do their dirty work. Let's find that Capricorn. Someone's burned down a whole corrupt establishment. Let's find that Aquarius. Oh hey Pisces, we've been looking for you. Can you share some of your sparkly wisdom on these outstanding crimes? We've got 11 suspects, but who do you think it may be? Pisces will be like, most certainly, officer. Take a seat. Would you like a glass of water? These times, the Pisces could have committed each of these crimes on 11 consecutive nights. And police, the other signs, nobody would suspect a thing. The closest sign that will suspect a thing is Scorpio. Just them. Pisces stay hidden in plain sight. They are an illusion, and the most dangerous because of this. You won't pick up guilty energy. You can't look in a Pisces' eyes and tell they are lying. This is what we do to others. We know how to mask ourselves to stop others exposing us. The chameleon, the leopard, the invisible guest, we are known for ghosting and reappearing. Why can we do that? Because we're the spirit. Floyd Mayweather once said, you can't hit what you can't see. The scariest thing about it all is Pisces do not appear intimidating at all. Like the appearance of us is very deceptive, and that is very dangerous to others who fall for it. Pisces are people that others will try it with only because they may look soft. It's the same with Cancers. The watery eyes, the soft nature will fool you every time. People love to look in a Pisces' eyes. But a Pisces can always tell the ones who are looking to feel more connected and the ones that are looking to read them. Pisces will automatically cut eye contact with the ones that try to read them because it's like they will feel the laser beams from another's eyes going into theirs, if that makes sense. So they'll automatically cut eye contact like, nah, you ain't doing that. It's like when a fly gets into your eye or something, it just closes. Because there's a big difference between someone looking at you, even if you're looking at each other's eyes. But it's another when someone's looking into your eyes. When a Pisces looks into your eyes, you will not feel that laser beam. You will get mesmerized by the watery look. But a Pisces can also switch that beam visibility on so you know when they're looking into your eyes. In certain moments like intimacy or intimidation. But when it's to look at your soul, you won't know the Pisces is doing it. It's having that option to switch that on and off is what makes Pisces dangerous. And from my own experience alone is why I will never in my life underestimate anybody just by their looks or what they portray. And this is what blurs the lines on the internet of being able to know who and who you're dealing with. You'll have people telling you to do this and do that, and they haven't ever done none of that themselves in real life. It's like women who get surgery, then come out with a workout plan, acting like they got in shape due to exercise. It's all deception. It's all Neptune. So in life in general, you just cannot underestimate anybody. But when it comes to the zodiac and deceit, Pisces is the one you especially do not underestimate. They say get you a partner that can do both. Gangster and a gentleman. Bad bitch and a housewife or whatever. Then get you a Pisces. Because you'll witness them playing many different roles over time. A Pisces woman will be like, do you want the mermaid outfit tonight, honey? Or the nurse? I mean, have you not even looked up what John Wayne Gacy was actually on? This guy had a side gig as a clown. He was a construction business owner and was like some popular guy with local MPs, if I remember correctly. Well, important townspeople. Yet, he was doing all that red rumming under the quiet and was found with bodies under his house. Over 20. The reason looks are deceiving is because it's about what's driving that person. What spirit is inside that person. In general, people are immediately intimidated by Scorpio. They know what's up when they get around a Scorpio. They feel their aura. They feel the intense look they give them in their soul. But what they don't realize is, Scorpio exudes the energy of what Pisces is in control of. Scorpios exudes the energy of what Pisces is in control of. The deep, dark ocean. You don't have a clue what you're dealing with when it comes to Pisces. So that everything's in reverse, we must learn to see the benefits of it. I mean, I'm not telling you to revel in getting away with crime, but not being in the spotlight and still performing is perfect for the Pisces. That's why the ocean is there for us. It's a lonely, scary place that's big enough to remain secretive and carry out our duties. I'm here explaining all these things so we and others can see through our sign, but it's not a snitching or revealing secrets thing because in reality, Pisces will still remain hidden. All these videos will achieve in the end is waking up a sleeping Pisces. In day-to-day life, on the acting stage, a Pisces will always remain hidden. And that's how it should be. Pisces is only able to fit in everywhere because it don't fit in anywhere. You can be a person so tall and still appear as small as a fly on the wall. The chameleon. One last thing was misunderstood about Pisces and Geminis. As Geminis can be chameleons to an extent too, and both signs can be called snakes in terms of deception, it's because they're dual signs why they get mixed up. Let's say we've got a friend group and there's an extra friend in the group in the form of a separate friend of Gemini or Pisces. So they come into the group through either of the two signs. If Geminis fall out with that friend, the group will end up turning on that person too through what Gemini tells them. It could be the truth or it could be lies, but either way, that friend's reputation will get ruined and the friend will view the Gemini as a snake. The group will know Gemini is not typically squeaky clean as they make and fall out with friends all the time, but still, as long as they're good with Gemini, they won't care. With Pisces now, As soon as Pisces falls out with the friend, the group will wonder what the friend did, regardless if it's the Pisces' fault or not. Because that Pisces is typically open to everyone and not as vocal as Gemini, for them to shut you off, you would have had to do something evil, so the group will stop talking to you by default in defense of the Pisces. Now, the friend could think Pisces is a snake and spreading lies about them the same way Gemini would. But when it comes to Pisces, when you're around a Pisces, you are protected in some way or another. It could be physical, it could be spiritual. But from the Pisces cuts contact, you're no longer under its veil. So you could have been hidden around that Pisces, but now you're exposed when the Pisces cuts contact with you. So if you're a bad spirit around a Pisces and a Pisces had you hidden, when the Pisces clocks you're a bad spirit, they will bring you out to the light for others to see for themselves just by not fucking with you anymore. Pisces doesn't need to tell anyone why they fell out with you. Others will begin to see it for themselves. That's the difference between Pisces and Gemini. The problem when it comes to Pisces is, others will look at a dark Pisces the same way they perceive a light Pisces. That's what's dangerous. But Geminis know how to... No, not how a Pisces can. Now shut your ass up, put your seatbelts back on, and make sure the aisle was clear. We'll be arriving at our destination shortly.